Hi everyone, in this video, we're going to talk about how to use Teamio Wiki to create an email template that you can use to send out emails through Teamio to your patients, whether it's for patient follow-ups or through automation workflows, etc. We're also going to go over how to test it on a test patient that you can create on OpenDental, so you can see how the email will look on your mobile device, like your phone or your tablet, or on a desktop before a real email goes out to your patients. All right, so to get started, you're going to go on the left side navigation menu and click on this W icon for Wiki. All right, and this is where if you don't have any documents created, you're not going to see anything, but I have a bunch of Wiki templates created. That's why I'm seeing a whole bunch of them. But to get started, you're going to click on this button called New Wiki Page. And when you come to this page here, you're going to see a default title. You can overwrite it and title it whatever you want. All right. So let's say this is for pending treatment for, let's say, unscheduled treatment follow-ups. All right. So I'm going to just call this test pending treatment. All right. If you press, going over the basics, instead of giving you full-fledged features of like a Microsoft Word document, where you can do tons of formatting, we wanted to get away from that, and we're kind of just focused on giving you basic styles for fonts and etc. So if you press Enter, you can add a bunch of things like text, heading, image, list, table, checklist, etc. So feel free to play around with this. Okay. So if you were to enter some text, you can highlight it, and you have some basic styles here, like you can bold, okay, you can italicize, etc. You can even link it to another wiki page, etc. All right, but that's for another video. Let's stay focused on this. So now let's say I want to create a template for an email that's going to go out to a patient that you're following up on. Okay, so let's just say, dear, okay, let's not do that, dear, and you want to include a patient name. So now up top here under available variables, you want to use this one. So let's say you're going to address the patient by their first name. So you're going to just copy paste. You're going to select this here. Okay, you can just Control C and paste it here. You can also type it yourself. Just make sure you've included the squiggly brackets and all of that. Okay, squiggly brackets are on the patient variable. All right, and let's get rid of the space there. Remember, everything matters. Okay, so if you get rid of this space between dear and the squiggly brackets, you're not going to have space. So you want to include this space exactly where you want the patient name to appear. Okay, then I'm going to have some text here. I have something prepared beforehand, so I'm just going to copy paste it for now. All right, now you can see, we hope this letter finds you in good health at site name, which would be your office name. So let's say for me, it's Main Dental. At Main Dental, we prioritize, et cetera, et cetera. And if you come down here, I have even another variable name for my office phone number. Please call us at site_office phone. Of course, that's over here as well, which you can copy and paste. All right. And then you could include at the bottom your office logo by going to click the plus sign and say an image. I have a test logo here. You may need to play around with the logo size that you want to use and just make sure it displays correctly, or how you want to display it on your an email when someone is viewing it on their desktop or on their phones. Okay, this is a size that works for me, so I'm using this size here. But make sure you play around with different logo sizes. All right. So once I've done that, so I've got the patient name, the title. All right. One thing I do want to point out before you hit save here, this is going to be an email template. So one of the most important aspects of this is you have to check off this box. This is an email template. Once you do that, automatically you'll see this tag here, email-template. You don't want to touch that, leave it alone. Anything that is going to be an email template should have this tag. All right. So if you click it off by accident, just make sure you add it back. All right. That's there. All right, you could tag this as, and you could include another tag. Let's say, I don't know, you want to call it unscheduled treatment templates. So you could create another tag yourself, and eventually you'll be able to search your templates by the tags you've created. But most important aspect is that you click this checkbox indicating to Teamio that this is an email template. All right, once you've done that, and then you would want to hit save. Now, before I do that, I want to go back to this title here. The page title here is going to be the email subject the patient is going to see in their email inbox. It's also going to be the first line they see in their email body text. Okay, and I'll show you that what the email looks like. So you want to keep that in mind. So whatever title you choose for your template is going to be also the email subject line. So you can choose it accordingly. All right, we kept it this way because we didn't want you to enter another input box where it's an email subject, the title of the wiki page, et cetera, et cetera. So we just try to keep it simple at this point. We may decide to add extra things down the line. All right, so now let's go ahead and save. Once you hit save, you should see this little mark going on top. You want to wait for this message, wiki page created successfully. So now that it's been saved, all right, let's just go home and you can see the latest created wiki page show up at the top, test pending treatment. All right, so that's that. Now, let's say I want to send a test email that goes out to a patient, right? How would you do that? So on Open Dental, the best way to do it is to just select a patient, a test patient. I've created one for myself. All right. Best thing to do is just add a treatment in chart. Let's just say an occlusal filling. Okay, that's that. And now if you head back over to the unscheduled treatment page, let's go to unscheduled treatment. The patient shows up at the top because there's something that is treatment plan that is not scheduled yet. All right. So if I were to click on the patient, and then this is the follow-up panel that typically opens up when you're following up with patients, you would then click on this email follow-up button. Next thing you see is now you have this drop down. It says pick a template. You should be able to see the template you just created at the top, test pending treatment. These are all the other templates that exist with the tag email templates. All right. So that's why that email template tag is important. So let's go ahead and select that tag. The template, test pending treatment. I'm going to send the email. All right, and that is it. Now, when you come back to this page again, it gets marked. Okay? Status will automatically show us as emailed. Attempts will show this little email icon, which means that was one attempt, the first attempt, and it was an email. All right, so that's how you know just by looking at it. And everything stays as is, just like when you do phone follow-ups, like your next follow-up action plan is already selected, etc. All right, if I were to click back again, of course, you cannot do the follow-up because you already made one. And there's your history of follow-up activity. It even tells you follow-up status is emailed, and it actually tells you which template was used, template test pending treatment, just so you have an idea what was actually emailed to them. All right, so now let's cancel that out for a second. So now that email has been sent to the patient, let's see what the patient will see on their side. So here's the email the patient just got from Min Dental of Emerson, okay? And here's the email subject line that was used as the title of the wiki page, test pending treatments. If I click on it, here's what the email looks like. Right? The patient name, the variable that we use has been replaced with the patient name. The logo is already there. The office phone number is there, etc. All right. So make sure you test this and make sure it looks the way you want it to look from patient side. Let's go back to Open Dental. Teamio will write back an entry into the patient's communication log, basically indicating that we did communicate with this patient. So it'll just write Teamio. You can see it right here. Teamio email sent and the name of the template. We do not include the entire text of the email. That would completely pollute your communication log entries with a bunch of big email text that you may be using. So we just include the name of the template that was used. All right. I hope this was helpful, and make sure you play around with how to use the wiki template with different styling, etc.